Large language models may seem like magic. You tell it whatever you want and it will give you an almost human-like response back. And the more you talk to it, the more it feels human. This is mainly because it remembers what you told it before. It seems to have memory, like a human. Of course, this can make you wonder, LLMs are a cool black box that can answer you and also appear to remember past messages and context. This, however, is false. So, what really happens behind the scenes? Well, we must first understand the fact that LLMs are actually stateless across requests. This means that by themselves, all they do is take an input and give an output. They don't remember anything once a response is finished. An LLM only sees the text it is given at that moment and acts upon the provided input. LLMs alone do not have the ability to store or recall past conversations. The output depends entirely on the input. You give a different input, you get a different output. If you change the order of words in your prompt, you can get a different response. That's because the LLM's response depends on a probability distribution over the possible next words. But we'll not get into that in this video. So now that we know that LLMs are stateless, the main question is, how is it able to generate answers with past context? Well, it's just a clever mechanism of prompting. You see, LLMs don't remember what you told it before unless that information is included again in the input. When you ask the LLM, "What is the capital of Germany?" it will respond with Berlin. So the input was this question and the output depended on that question, nothing else. Now, if you immediately ask, "What is the population density over there?" then by itself the LLM would not be able to answer the question because it has no built-in mechanism to remember the previous parts of the conversation. It only observes the current input. So, how do you actually give it memory? It's pretty simple. We use an algorithm or function that takes the previous conversation and pastes it above the current input. This is often done using prompt engineering or conversation management logic. This way, even stateless LLMs can generate answers while considering context. So in short, it is not the LLM that is directly keeping track of past conversations. It is the function, algorithm, or the agent that pastes the previous conversation on top of the input. This makes the input longer, which increases the number of input tokens that the LLM processes. There is a limit to how much past context can be pasted, and this is called the context window. The LLM can only process a certain number of tokens at a time. So providers often set hard limits on the size of the context window. Keep in mind though, the context window depends on the LLM provider and the specific LLM model. So a bigger context window would definitely give you more accurate results. Thank you for watching.